Hey everyone, it's Anahata Holly Hallowell. How you doing? It's been a wild and crazy 48 hours for me, and I just want to first of all welcome you to this Third Eye Atlas transmission and guided activation. If you don't know who I am, I'm your host Anahata Holly Hallowell. And today is the day of all days. It's the Third Eye Atlas coming closest to the sun. They call it, astronomers call it perihelion. It's that moment when it's closest to the solar fire, our great central sun. So before we begin, let us know where you're tuning in from. Drop it in the chat, and we'll just light up the locations across the planet. And while you're at it, do make sure you have a glass of water nearby. We're going to be working with it later in the water activation ceremony. And so tell me, guys, WTF, what do you think is happening? What do you feel is happening? Is it a comet? Is it a craft? Is it consciousness? Is it us mirroring ourselves? What the heck is happening? And I want to just take the collective temperature. What is everyone saying about this? Type your thoughts, good, bad, ugly, in the chat. Do you think it's a craft, a seed, a comet, something else? And we have Doriana in Arizona, British Columbia coming in. It says Germa, but I think that might be Gemma. Barb is here. Others joining. And then this will be in replay. Yeah, Jermaine. Oh, Jermaine, hello, beautiful. So glad you're here. And you're thinking it's expansion. Good. Good. Because I'm here to tell you we are in a simulation and we are creating ahead of the curve what's coming. So I can't wait to share with you. This is going to be a just to zoom out on what we're doing. And if you're watching this back in replay, I'm going to fill you in on what's been happening. But first, I'm going to guide us in a short breathwork activation just to get rooted and rising, right? You can't be floating out here. Yeah, consciousness is awake, very aware. Hey, Bree, I'm so glad you're here. And then I'm going to fill you in on the components of what's been happening from science to synchronicities to solar symbolism, and just frame this in a way where you're going to be able to understand that you got to keep zooming out and going within. It's a paradox. To get more of the picture, you got to disconnect and go within. What are you feeling? What are you sensing? What are you feeling in your DNA too? Because that's been happening, right? And so then I'm going to take us on a guided water activation meditation quickly to anchor in the codes that I channeled, the Anahata code. Specifically, it's a series of 9 blocks. And so this whole journey will take about 45 minutes or less. I want it to be bite-sized, accessible. And so let's settle in here as we are going to just do this breath work. And, you don't have to be well-versed in breath work. I'm going to walk you through it. First of all, I do want to let you know there will be a replay. I'm going to be uploading that into the Lucid Rhythm School as an archive, so you can come back to it as many times as you want as things continue to unravel, because they're happening at warp speed. Just like maybe an hour ago, I was looking on my phone and something else popped up about how it is now glowing brighter than the sun. What? WTF? Okay, so but let's first get lucid. Let's get centered, grounded, and we're going to begin with a 3-3-3 breath activation. So it's going to be 9 cycles of coherent breathing in and out. That's all you do. Nothing fancy. In and out, in and out. We're going to enter into what I call the emerald current. And each cycle is going to be inhaling through your nose for 3 and a slight pause at the top, and then out through your mouth. So in through your nose, out through your mouth. In for 3, pause. Out for 3, pause. Okay? So it's going to be like a little window with 3, pause, 3, pause. And we're going to do each of these waves, if you will, 3 times. And there'll be 3 of them. So there'll be 9. Okay. So again, in through the nose, pause, out through the mouth, pause, and repeat 2 more times within that framework, the pattern that I'm giving you a different intention. And just so you know, the pattern is attunement for the first 3, amplification for the second 3, and finally integration. And it's going to be easy. Look, I'm just explaining it so that you're not trying to be like following along and you just flow with it, right? So simply find stillness. Let your spine feel like a river between earth and sun, or sun and earth. Place one hand on your heart and one on your lower belly if you'd like. It's up to you. You can also just sit there. Close your eyes. And I'm going to be saying this phrase, VEL'AUREN SHA-RA-i NA. And it loosely means I breathe coherence into the lattice. If you hear that phrase a few times, VEL'AUREN SHA-RA-i NA. It's I breathe coherence into the lattice, okay? And let that settle into the body, your breath as a bridge between the seen and the unseen, between the inner ocean and the cosmic tide. So here we go. The first triad, attunement. Inhaling for 3, pausing, and exhale. We're going to do it again, drawing in the breath from the belly, heart, crown, pause, feel the microcurrent breathing out, aligning through every cell, releasing down into earth. Last time, in, smoother, more crystalline, more aware, and hold, and out. You're becoming the current, okay? Continuing on with amplification, in, emerald light, pause, gather your heart, out, radiate in ripples of coherence, pausing. 2 more times, in, the light expands, filling the room, and out, hold and out. You are not breathing air, you're breathing alignment. And in, every molecule becomes luminous. Hold and out. VEL'AUREN SHA-RA-i NA. Letting each breath widen your field of harmony. Third phase, breathing in, you're receiving. This is integration. You're pausing to integrate. You're exhaling to offer and pausing to integrate. 2 more times. In, receive, integrate, offer, integrate. 1 more time. Sense yourself as one continuous field of water and light. And out. No inside, no outside, only flow. And now place your hands on your heart and breathe with gratitude. Emerald sun above, emerald sun within, VEL'AUREN, I breathe with you. How does your body feel? Hopefully like a tuning fork of coherence. The lattice is awake within you. So let's just let that sit for a second. I want to just tell you one more time that phrase, coherence lives in every breath I take, is the essence. You can, slice it and dice it any way you want it. It just means I breathe coherence into the lattice. And one of my favorite ways to think of what's happening right now is that the veil is the body. Sorry to tell you, it's your body. That's the problem. We are spirit in these avatars, and the veil that we can't see into or past, most of us, is the body when our consciousness is local. So when we're just acting as us, to me, by me. But the body is going to become, in part due to this beautiful messenger 3i Atlas and other light codes coming in and the codes we're going to activate tonight, the body's becoming the lattice. The body's becoming more luminous, the field. You may have heard of homo luminous or not, it doesn't matter. We are entering a shift. We're activating evolutionary DNA. So the body is going to begin to start feeling different light-filled ways as we literally, once and for all, purge out all of this stale, disconnected, fear-based, chaotic, veiled, non-connected energy that's interfering with our ability to create the world that we came here to create. And so what do we know? First of all, this is going to be a trip. If you haven't been like zooming in and listening, I've been listening. I'm like, huh. And some of it's going to resonate, some of it's not. And this is where I really want to get a Sharpie out and tell you everyone has a theory right now. Every feed, every podcast, every late night conversation is on its own constellation of opinions. Some are completely wigged out, terrified. Others are like in awe and anticipation. Some are like, nothing's happening at all, ignoring it. And then there are you and I, the ones who really feel it in ourselves. And we are excited, relieved. Something real is moving through the field in 3D reality. In fact, it's not because it's in 3D, it's because we're ascending now. And boy, is that going to amp up the fear narrative. Okay. So we've got to root. And there is scientific debate going on. There's astronomical data coming in. There's esoteric channels and channelers and astral travelers. But all of them are pointing to revelation, a revelation of something we've not known. And so the best way to go into this is to relax. This is an awakening, whether the science is right, whether the woo-woo stuff is right, whether the astronomical stuff is right. It doesn't matter who's right. The truth is happening all at once, and it spells one word: lucid, lucidity. Okay, so I want to start with, no one's telling you the full story either. Governments are delaying things, convenient shutdowns, close-up images. We can't see them because we're shut down. NASA, brief statements at best, and then silence. But the language they're using is unusual, sometimes hostile, potentially hostile. It's an anomaly, but the translation is they don't know, or they do and they're not ready to say it out loud for fear of pandemonium, whatever. But the silence is really insidious because it will fuel the fear, and a lot of people are going to jump to conclusions because we can't make sense of something this big. That's the truth. Our nervous system, we got to root, because otherwise it will be panic. We've got a lot of baggage from previous catastrophic endings through reset, and I don't believe this is one. I don't believe this is a catastrophic ending. And not even NASA, the internet, no one, it's like, wow, what is this? And that feeling of not knowing is when you have to disconnect and go within. So my heart says, I remember this. This is what is meant to be happening. I've been having prophetic dreams. My daughter has been having prophetic dreams, and it doesn't fit any category that we've built. And we've got a little bit. So how is this mystery showing up? I want to chat through the science of what we know and just get it out there. It's roughly 30 miles wide. That's pretty big. It's, Manhattan, end to end London, bigger than Los Angeles. Okay. And now imagine that going through space at 134,000 miles per hour, 60 kilometers per second. It could go around the Earth in 12 minutes. Okay. And we're also not talking about a snowball with a tail, because they've already been able to now, they've taken the stuff that's coming off and analyzed it. It's not water. And also, it's moving faster than physics should allow. So somehow, and I don't know, you need to do your own research, they have been saying it's mainly nickel. It's almost pure nickel, which is an anomaly. And there's no measurable iron, which is nickel and iron are usually cosmic twins. So this means it was forged by something. Read between the lines. And so something created this on purpose. And this is not conspiracy talk, this is science. This is what they're saying. They're like, whoa, this is really, it's not natural. It's refined. And so also, it's been doing some weird stuff with its light, right? Not a tail, but a headlight. What? And so we've never cataloged this. It's like headlights. Excuse me? Front lighting on a comet? On a comet? It's like unheard of. Now, granted, this is the third ever. Why? Because we haven't had the equipment to, doesn't mean it's never happened. It's the third we've seen. And that also mirrors the fact that our consciousness is expanding beyond our little neck of the fractal. And so there's also magnetism that's really odd, that there's magnetism that's repeating in coherent patterns. Okay, so like heartbeat. Not random, not inorganic, not a comet. So the point is, all these astrophysicists are like, they're either not saying anything at all or just waiting to see what happens. Very few are stepping up to the plate to postulate what could be going on. And without going into gloom and doom, we're being invaded. So it's officially labeled interstellar because it came into our neighborhood, right? Against all odds, by the way. I want to link through some helpful videos at the end of this, and then just do your own research. All these things point to a 0.06%, so a 99.4. It's pretty good. That this is higher intelligence in some way. What that is, we don't know. But every rule that we thought we knew is size, composition, reflectivity, magnetism, luminosity, path. Okay, so we're rewriting astrophysics even if it is something natural. It's not natural for us in our world so far. So breathe into that because when you really think about it, this is the moment. We're moving forward and the telescopes will catch up or not, or, doesn't much matter. Today well, yesterday was the perihelion closest to the sun. Today, now the sun's rays, by the way, you can look it up, massive amounts of, what do they call that? The solar flares happening on the other side of the sun, because they can measure this through, anyway, I'm not going to get into the science, go research it. They're like, holy moly, a lot of stuff's happening on the other side where it is. It's happening not on our side because we can't see it, it's behind there. But it's going to shift into Venus tomorrow. And that's the heart chakra. So I don't think this is a coincidence. It's kissing the solar fire. The sun has received the charge. It's moving now into this beautiful heart space. And into the winter solstice, it happens to be, and this is part of it can't be just random. You can't make this shit up. The winter solstice, December 21st, the longest night of the year, when light pauses, breathes, and is reborn, you guessed it, it's going to be the closest to us. Now, that's if it even takes the same path. Some people are hypothesizing that it went around the backside of the sun so that it could thrust forward and use the gravity of the sun to come to the earth. Now, who knows? Who's right? Who's wrong? We don't know yet. No one knows. But there is a lot of astronomical, is it astronomy? Yeah. Astrology, rather. It's astrological data we've got Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. All of us are in this near linear alignment. And then 3i Atlas is barely off of that. It's like, if this thing traveled billions of years, if it's natural, it hit the jackpot lottery. It's traveling in the same elliptic plane, threading itself through the middle of the orchestra. And so it's pretty exciting. Now, it's got a lot of energy to it, obviously. A lot of pull. And also, I want to note, if you were alive, it was the year of my birth, 1977. Wow. They listened to this wow, and they were like, what is that? It's without a doubt from that same exact spot. It's 0.001% that it's not from that spot, they've determined. And that's the Sagittarius galactic center source point, okay, where all the stars are born. So the very heart, if you will, of the galaxy. And it's just amazing. There's just too many coincidences. Sagittarius, by the way, is truth, quest, revelation. If it continues on this trajectory, it's going to exit in Gemini, which is language, mind, communication. So this means it's moving along the axis of the quest meets the code, is the way I like, oh my God. What better way to script a cosmic initiation? So Sagittarius awakens the seeker, Gemini awakens the messenger, and when you put those together, it's going to really activate our higher mind. The telepathic circuitry that lives within us, all of us, doing the 6-part series right now. Some of you are in dream weaving and telepathy. And let me just tell you, this stuff is, whew. I was telling you in class that I'm so lucky because all of this energy is making people telepathic as it is. Who's been having some weird stuff happening? Let us know in the chat. Like there's some absolutely extraordinary synergies and knowings, and people are getting, it's almost like we're all we're tuning in. And this is where who knows what's happening. Are we thinking or are we being thought? And I don't mean in brainwashing terms. I mean the field is speaking. Okay. So the sky is syncing our frequencies, and we are all getting the same memo instantaneously. It's like you can read some things and you'll just be like, I was just thinking that. And it's like, whoa. So science is giving us some crazy data. Astrology is giving us some prophetic, not prophetic, undeniable alignment. And I want to anchor all of this with the prophecy that's going on. And then I want to tell you what I think. And then we'll get into the water activation. Again, if you're just joining, grab a glass of water. So there's a lot to talk about. You need to just look into it. We're stepping beyond telescopes and star charts now to the story beneath the story, right? This is from the ancient whispers for millennia. This is the return of Atlas. The moment the seal opens, you know, Atlas, the dude that held up, right? No, this isn't poetry. He was not punished. He was protecting our neck of the fractal. He was a guardian who held up the sky to keep heaven from collapsing onto us, right? The veil, if you will. But it's not a forceful thing. It's a protective barrier because we weren't ready. We could mature inside the separation. But one day, could it be tomorrow? It's coming soon. He will be released. This three-eye Atlas is a key, and Atlas will lay down his burden and let the veil thin. The seal will be broken. My daughter had a prophetic dream the other night, woke up and said, Mom, I had a dream we were in a school. I mean, there's so many layers to it. It's just like mind-boggling. And we were being told by these big beings that unless you are telepathic, you can't leave the building. And she said she was feeling bad because some of her, most of her, well, almost all, she didn't say all, but she's like, and I'm psychic, so I was psychic. But they weren't, and they were really upset because they couldn't leave. And then you came and picked me up, and I knew I didn't have time to go save them, but I grabbed you and I flew, and we crashed through the dome. Okay. And then it gets even more prophetic, and we go to this barn. I mean, there's just so much to it. But then I see other people talking about the dome. So what's happening? The dome is cracking. Okay. This seed ship is woven with source memory to get us lucid again. It's resynchronizing. We're waking up. It's a living archive. And to be able to handle that, our DNA, dormant DNA, junk DNA, the science is so hilarious. And I know it's for a reason because God has such a sense of humor. We call it junk DNA because we don't know what it does. Okay, well, it's empty space that's going to be coded by light codes, such as the ones that just came in. Did you guys feel the difference today? Does it feel different? No one's chatting, everyone's silent, but I'll just keep going. Let me know in the chat. So, this is a living archive. It's not a rock. It's a vessel of code. It's not a comet. Comet. I keep saying comet. It's a carrier. It's an activator. It's a key. And if you go across cultures, the resonance gets louder. The Hopi talked about the blue star Kachina. It's a celestial being, blue star. Just today, hours ago, they're saying it's glowing blue. I mean, okay. Um, whose arrival marks a great purification of the world. The book of Revelation, the star that unlocks the abyss. The truth can no longer stay hidden. Egyptians had the carved wing disc, the winged disc of Ra. This was a shining orb flanked by feathers, which, by the way, this morning I'm waiting my backyard for the sun to come up, and whoa, a hawk just literally, I've never seen one on my pool cage ever, lands right in front of me, and I got so startled. Our eyes met, and it just flew off like it just knew, and I was just like, "Oh my God, breath of God, I see you, you see." And so every tradition has different languages, same story. A luminous visitor arrives, and the heavens and earth start talking again. It's big. Are you having ringing in your ears? Are you having lucid dreams? Are you having memories of things you haven't lived yet? Are you having time slips? That's been rampant for me. There was a bug that just flew where it's like 5 minutes lasts an hour and 2 hours lasts 10 minutes. Emotional surges. Have you been feeling just really, really happy, joyful, or really, really angry and pissed off and annoyed? Okay. Things are shifting in a big way. Your nervous system is tuning itself to a new frequency, and it's a big deal. The same way a violin string, tighten, 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 whatever. And it's a bad analogy, but the body is remembering how to sing with the cosmos. And I do want to also mention the nickel confirmation because there's no iron. And in physics, iron is magnetism, polarity, attraction, repulsion. Nickel without iron is pure conduction. No push, no pull, just flow. So the esoteric translation of nickel is shifting from magnetic duality to photonic unity. And we're moving from opposites to wholeness. Light remembers light. So the prophecy of it going behind the sun and the plasma, the cage, the dome of polarity dissolving, what's going to happen? No, we're not going to be reset in the way that we have in yugas past, right? 12,000 years ago, the younger Grias or sorry that I can't think of the name. Put it in the chat the younger Dryas, I think. But anyway, we don't have to be wiped off the planet and all ascend. We are ascending. We're light leading light. We're matter remembering itself as radiance. And that is the real apocalypse. We are inside a cocoon. We're eating ourselves, and we're going to emerge and fly, literally. I mean, telepathy, manipulation of elements when we are at the unified phase, because obviously it has to be no ego. It has to be, when I look at you, you are me. And I love you so much that, all of these power plays that the world has right now, that couldn't happen, or else people would just, we'd destroy ourselves. I'm talking about powers to improve everything about our world and realizing that we are sovereign beings of light. And that's what the round door is all about. So we kind of looked at the science a little bit, but I encourage you to do some more. We've looked at the sky, we've looked at the prophecy, and I want to just bring this home before we play the water activation. The round door. What the heck is the round door? Well, it's happening, the constellations and all of the data and prophecy and intuition, inner knowing through lifetimes of seeding all of this information as a weaver. Anyway, if you want to read about that, read my Liquid Lattice, Weaving the Codes of Creation. You're probably in the book if you're here, if you're listening to this. And you may want to remember your role and what's happening. Anyway, it's a 7-year window starting in July 2026 through 2032. And that's the dimensional braiding where multiple timelines, frequencies, versions of reality start overlapping like translucent films of light. There's one center path that we're weaving together. So there's this cosmic proliferation of I don't want to say too much, but too much, like an overload. Simultaneous, this cosmic unified compression. And that's going to test everyone's nervous system for coherence capacity. Are you coherent? You're going to pass through just fine. If you stabilize, you're going to thrive. Those who resist or, I don't want to say resist. It's just they aren't in tune. They're not going to be in tune. They don't want to be in tune. They're off the beaten path of fragmentation, either the veil of light or the veil of weight. What's his name? I'm forgetting everyone's names. Let me know. The guy Ahriman and Luciferic. Someone help me out here. It's what's his name? Rudolf Steiner. There we go. He talked about it a lot way back when. The raven embodies transformation, wisdom, and guidance. Yeah, this was a hawk. This was a hawk. Oh, yeah, you had a huge raven. Wonderful. Yeah, guys, listen in to all these things happening to you. They are not random at all. And also, I want to let you know that the resistance against coherence is not punishment, it's physics. Coherence is the new gravity because it's like a wave, right? Going. It's got the golden phi ratio, the golden mean. It can pass through each other. It can live in harmony with the totality. If you're not, right, you're going to dissipate. Again, it's not punishment, it's physics. This is in the past where not enough people were coherent to be able to sustain that bloodline, that lifeline, that reality. And there were resets, big, catastrophic, cataclysmic events that wiped out most of the planet each time. But we're not experiencing that right now. I do not believe. I think, and just to zoom out, the 3-eye atlas is third eye. Atlas is your C1 vertebrae, literally holds up your head, your private sky. It's at the center of your forehead is your pineal gland. And so this is the third eye atlas activation. Heaven held and seen in one vertical axis, alignment. So it's doing that in space too. It's just like, wow, so anatomical, as above, so below. So this activation I'm about to play is about your inner sun, your soul, your outer sun, our star, and that conversation that's happening through water. And your DNA is going to respond to it, the code. I mean, I pulled this code not from my book. I channeled it with my daughter. And I don't know what her role is yet, but she has nightly dreams about being able to control fire and stuff. I mean, this is really, she's very special. So I can't wait to see what happens. Like, you know, I really don't know what to expect. I'm not going to assume anything, but she helped me. I did a few digits. She did. I did. She did. And when we put it together and we analyzed, because I always love to go, okay, now that feels so it. What is it? It was astonishing, the translation. Biophotonic communication accelerating, and we are going to start ascending, essentially. And this whole 3i Atlas mission seeding is a mirror event for human coherence. So, Homo luminous. It's the dawn of a new earth, not through escape, not through the matrix, but through integration, through a remembrance that everything is made of light, remembering itself. And then everything else falls away. So I want to give you some practical tools, and then I'm going to press play. The 3-3 pattern of breath. You know, do this. Go back to the beginning. If you're just joining, go back, or go back again anyway, and breathe like that, and start doing your own guided activations where it's in for 3, pausing, out for 3, pausing, repeating 3 times, 3 times, 3 times. 9 is completion. And each time there's a slightly different intention, right? That you can make up yourself, or you can go with the ones that I gave you. So the other thing is hydrate with intention. Please hydrate, 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 and put some Himalayan salt in your water. The body is the receiver. The water is the hardware. You got to keep it humming. Spring water is best, and in a glass, not plastic. And then, of course, if you want to get certified as a water activation certified practitioner, we go into so much more. Also, the Lucid Rhythm School. This is where I'm not even going to bore you with it. If you're not interested, no worries. I'm going to tell you at the end for 1 minute what it is. But before I play, you're just going to set the water in front of you, and I'm going to turn off my camera, and I'm just going to show you, or play it, okay? No one on earth knows what 3i Atlas actually is. I have my thoughts and knowings. Am I right? I don't know. NASA doesn't know. Mystics don't know. The most intuitive among us. I believe we're all seeing it through different fractals, and our truth is our truth, and it's true. But do you want it to be? And that's probably the point. When a lot of us align into this version of what's happening, it's like the Nui particle that I talk about in Liquid Lattice, the birth of Adam. It's like it's happening because 1, we think it will, but 2, because we say it is. So either way, this is a great awakening as mystery. And I hope that you aren't frightened. I mean, even if the SHIT hits the fan and suddenly they're like, there's 12 of them and they're all coming here. Like, bring it on, right? Don't succumb to or recalibrate timelines because they don't know. They're assuming. And you know what assume is? It makes an ass out of you and me. Anyway, so point is, don't take my word for it. And I'm going to click and play this, and we're going to activate the water. Okay? Enjoy. It's only 9 minutes long. So I'm going to turn off my video here.
Breathe with me. VEL'AUREN, I breathe with you. Feel the spine as a living column of light. Water within. We are entering the 3i Atlas corridor. from October 30th to the winter solstice, when the heavens and oceans speak in one voice. This activation awakens evolutionary DNA, preparing the human template to step into the Homo luminous phase, light embodied through coherence. 3i Atlas is not simply a comet. It is an organic intelligence, a living vessel of memory. As its body approaches the sun, frozen light remembers how to flow. Vapor merges with solar fire, creating a photonic mist, a plasma of intelligent water, encoding the solar wind with the light codes of remembrance. Through this fusion, fire and water reignite their ancient conversation. Before the conjunction, my partner carried encoded water to the Caribbean Sea near the underwater volcano Kikum-Jenny, Gaia's mouth of fire. When light-charged water met lava, fire became sound and sound became form. The inner sun of earth was awakened, mirroring sun above. Heaven and core were linked through the third eye atlas, spinal pillar core sun, and water, the emerald bridge between worlds. Ice becomes light, the sun sings codes of emerald and gold. This is happening today. The second phase, hydroreception, tomorrow through the winter solstice. The photonic ions descend through Earth's atmosphere and waters. Every ocean and cell becomes a receiver of the solar song. Phase 3, cellular assimilation, the solstice, through the round door, intracellular water reorders, allowing biophotonic communication to flow freely. DNA does not mutate, it remembers. The third eye opens as knowing, the atlas softens, the light spine aligns to flow freely. DNA does not mutate, it remembers its rhythm. The third eye opens as knowing, the atlas softens, the light spine aligns. This is the living map of this activation. Ora solda ain maru tharen. Solar spiral. Ora sol. Golden arc at the crown receives stellar intelligence and draws it down. The twin helix, da ain. Water filaments intertwining through the spine, bridging heaven and earth, aligning breath and water. Diamond interface at the heart, interlocking fire and water triangles, balancing masculine and feminine, stabilizing the transformation. Maru, the lotus bloom, six-petaled rose amber flower, embodied light, creative flame within matter. And the crescent basin, Thren, upturned chalice of Gaia, grounding the solar fire into the earth and our roots. Together they form the axis mundi of coherence, light descending, integrating, and returning through us. Now speak the activation phase into your water, in your mind, heart, or voice, audibly. Ora solda ain maru thren. It means through the light of the sun, the waters awaken the inner flame. Orasol invokes the solar intelligence. Da'ayin bridges heaven and earth currents. Maruthren activates the flame within living water. As you speak it, light becomes sound. Sound enters water. Water records light. Now we trace or tone the 9 clusters of the 3-eye atlas, assisting frequency into your water. 14741 2896 8932 40218 103025. 9 pulses complete the circuit of the light spine. 1 through 3 descent of light, 4 through 6 bridge of coherence, 7 through 9 ascent of matter into light. Each spiral releases another layer of remembering. We ask for, align with, and allow this Anahata code. With gratitude, we activate the assisting frequency of Third Eye Atlas. 14741 2896 8932 40218 103025. 14741 2896 8932 40218 103025. 14741 2896 8932 40218 103025. 14741 2896 8932 40218 103025. 14741 2896 8932 40218 103025. 14741 2896 8932 40218 103025. 14741 2896 8932 40218 103025. And breathe with gratitude. It is so. Now hold the water to your heart. Whisper the Nui phrase, VEL'AUREN SHA-RA-i NA. I breathe coherence into the lattice. Sip now once, feeling the emerald current move through you. Offer a drop to earth and water later as you say, Emerald sun above, emerald sun within, VEL'AUREN, I breathe with you. This activation is complete. You stand as the bridge of light between suns, a living glyph of Ora Solda Ain Maru Tharen, water awakening to its own radiance.
Okay. How is that? Oh, you're going to have this code and you're going to be able to do amazing things with it for others, for your family, for your pets, for the planet, for your enemies, for do you have any? I don't, but I'm just saying, everyone's going to really, really enjoy your presence as you start activating the codes, the light codes. So that's it, guys. Don't take my word for any of this. Don't take anyone's word for any of this. Do your own research, on the World Wide Web, but also in your own intergalactic wide webbing, the field. Meditate, dream, astral travel, journal, feel, and look at the night sky and the day. And you are a multi-dimensional being going through a profound transformation. You hold both the telescope and the temple. And what I find so fascinating is any way you slice and dice it, science, astrology, prophecy, human experience, the patterns are starting to agree. Like everything's coming into focus. There's this rhythmic pulse of sense. It just makes sense. And so we're all describing the same thing, and these walls are going to drop, and coherence is going to be remembered out of necessity of evolution, not something that would be nice. And we're crafting this together. So I'm looking forward to more. What is this? Is it conscious plasma? Are there extraterrestrials on it? It doesn't matter. It's a sacred invitation to remember more, remember yourself as light within matter, and be present, be grounded. So that's it, guys. I want to let you know that the Lucid Rhythm School is ongoing. And so this is a living field where science meets spirit. We're doing flow state, we're doing quantum coherence, we're doing water consciousness, watercolor sound, telepathy, prana cultivation, dream weaving, flow mapping, breath work, all of it. And it's an app, and it's free for 7 days. You can join, cancel beforehand if you don't find it valuable, but it's $22 a month after that. So it could be the best app that you've got as we disconnect from the madness and the noise, and we tap in to neuroscience, vibrational physics, metaphysical embodiment, and tangible frequency through the round door timeline. It's our practice ground for staying lucid, for lucid living. Lunar cycles too. We're in fasting. We're going to do guided activation, live calls, of course, the community who really loves you. Yeah, so join us through the round door. We also have a responsibility to be among the 1% lucid that sort of knocks down the chess piece, right? Because we've got to stabilize the field. We don't gotta. We're doing it for ourselves, for our families, for the collective, as we move beyond woo into true, and we awaken and evolve together in the new earth that we're creating. So I love you all. And this is just the beginning. It's a very exciting time to be alive. That is it. The recording. I'm glad you love it. Wow, the water vibing. OMG. I know, right? Drink that. Oh my goodness. And don't forget, don't drop this down the sink. Go outside and put it in water or in at the root of a tree, etc. You're welcome. Yes, love you. The recording is going to be inside the Lucid Rhythm School, but also, guys, I'm being really called. I think I might clean this up and share it on YouTube. The more, the merrier, right? We really do. This is the time where everyone needs to be able to access this information, or it could be a very scary, I just see people going down these rabbit holes of false evidence appearing real and getting really worked up, when in fact what's happening is the opposite. And so the more we can be the flame bearers, anchoring it in those light codes into our water and into the planet, the better. So I think I will clean it up, post it, but you'll get it one way or another, and then share the heck out of it, guys. And I love you all so, so much. Last request, take photos of the sun. This morning I was doing a live video and then I will let you go, I promise, because I'm so long-winded. I could speak for like 8 more hours and we'd still be here. I was filming this morning as the sun was finally coming up over my house, not in my backyard, but in the front. And I'm like, this is uncanny. The aura of the sun was emerald. I've never seen that before. It was just like you can't make this up. And yet you can make it up because that's what we're doing. We're coming into this realization that we co-create in real time the pixels of our simulation. And the more of us that align into the same bandwidth of intention, we're creating the new world lickety split. And our biology is accommodating us through that expansion of light and the amount of light we can hold and the activations we're going to have, the fun we're going to have. It's all here. So I'm excited. I'm so glad you're with me. Bless you all, and we'll chat soon, okay? All right, guys. Bye for now.